this is something that I wanted to speak in maybe another chit chat or in another video, but I'm gonna say it because I just connected to it, and it's when you have what we call synchronicities or coincidences. They are not synchronicities and they are not coincidences. Mm-hmm. It's just something that exists underneath our abilities of perceiving things, because everything in reality, everything is in order. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't work the way we have been believing for so many years, that things are changing outside. Things are changing inside you. Mm-hmm. And gradually, the more that you change and the more that you wake up, the more you start seeing these synchronicities. But these synchronicities are not synchronicity at all. It's just the perfect divine order. We just call them synchronicities because we start to see them, but they've been there always. They've been always there. It was just our perception that couldn't see that. So when we start waking up, we start getting like, oh my God, 1331. It's amazing. What a synchronicity. This is telling me, an angel telling me something. And it's true. If you feel that an angel is telling you something, great. Now, there is something that for sure is happening to you, that in that moment, you are opening up. In that moment, life is giving you a sign that you are opening your perception towards something that is already in divine order. Mm-hmm. So when you become in alignment with your true self, you can see the divine order and everything matches perfectly, because it's not the thing outside adapting to you, it's you getting back to the things which are outside, which is exactly the things that are inside you. So what you are doing is the alignment, what we call the alignment. And that's why we perceive the synchronicities. But they are not even synchronicities, they are divine creation. You become part of the divine creation. A few days ago, I was like, why I'm not feeling surprised anymore about seeing numbers? Why I'm not feeling like before I was getting like, oh my God. I still say when it happens, but there is not that amazing excitement. And then I did a meditation, and in that meditation I got from my guides, it is because you just see what is going on. So you don't experience it anymore as a surprise. You just see what is going on, and you see that the divine plan or the divine work or role happening that you call life, and you believe that is outside there, you are understanding that is inside you, and because your eyes are observing the outside, you think that is out there, but no, it's happening inside. Yeah. And then the mind gets confused because we also take importance out from what it has importance, and also important from about ourselves, because we have already achieved an awakening process. A result, a very positive results in order to continue life and to keep expanding. Yeah. And yeah, so.
I feel that too. Like I feel that with the synchronicities. Like I can remember, I was just thinking there when you were speaking, like I can remember, I don't even know how I came across angel numbers. I think it was probably just because I was seeing the same numbers, and then I ended up Googling it. that's how I came across them. And then the more and more I seen them, then I was like, oh, I'm going to find out what this one means. But now, and it's not that I don't acknowledge them or appreciate them, it's like I see them and I smile and I'm like, okay, and then like I just let it go. Like I'm just like, okay, I know I'm on the
In
right
alignment.
path. Yeah.
Exactly. But you're not having that reaction that you might have been having maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, where I was like sitting on my phone going, what's this mean?
Yeah, exactly. First we were searching for meanings. Then when we learn all the meanings, we started like enjoying all those meanings that we had already stored in our mind library.
Because I can mind last year, or like I think it started November, December. I just kept on saying 5 the whole time. It was, and I acknowledged it, and it just said big changes were coming, and that's the number of change, isn't it? And then in January, I was just like, there was a lot of changes going on, and I just thought of that number, and I was just like, well, I did keep on saying that number, so this is what's happening. So like, this is the divine plan. So
exactly.
Yeah.
There are so many stages through that process. From the moment that you start finding the meaning to the moments that you share the meaning with others, to the point that you get super surprised and super happy every time that you get to realize about another synchronicity. And then I will say that at the end you get to this final stage where when you wake up and you say everything is actually synchronized. Everything is perfect. I mean, because that is what they are telling us all the time, that there is a divine plan and that is perfect. And once we understand that, we just don't put resistance about anything, whether if it's something happening to us that is positive or negative, because if we truly believe and trust that everything inside, when we are in alignment, is happening for a reason, there is no problems. There is no problem. They feel as problems, but that, as is part of the divine plan, and you are in alignment with it, you won't experience it as bad as if you are in disalignment. Why? Because if you are in alignment, you are going to feel still the energy circulating through you, and at the same time you're gonna say, okay, it's not great, it doesn't feel really like pleasant, but unless I know I'm walking in the right direction, or at least I know that this is something, meaning in a very near future, something good that is gonna happen to me. It's part of something that is going to happen to me. So I don't run away from it. I don't try to reject. I don't offer resistance, despite the fact that it's not feeling any good. Maybe it's not feeling that good. Maybe it's feeling unpleasant. But like I say, in these circumstances, if you are in alignment, even if it's unpleasant, it's gonna feel much less unpleasant if you are awake, really. That's why it's so important to create a space for yourselves and start considering every single thing that you do during the day. If you are mothering, if you are fathering, if you are meditating. Very recently I received a picture from a sister who sent me, I'm going to sleep and I will be doing something. And I say, what do you mean that you will be doing something? And then she sent me this picture. And in this picture you could see a lady or a man inside the bed, just about to get to sleep. And whilst he's about to get to sleep, it says healing process.
Yeah.
And what is the picture telling you? That even when you are sleeping, you are doing something, you are healing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to start also acknowledging that sleeping, it doesn't mean that you are not doing something. Actually, you are doing what society, what humanity needs the most, which is healing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And by many minds in the world, sleeping is still a luxury. And many people still neglect the sleeping time.
Yeah.
Because they were programmed that sleeping is for lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping is a bad thing. Sleeping is nonsense. Well, sleeping is saving your life every day.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't sleep, this organic part of your body stop working. Literally stop working.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are designed this way. That's it. And it's time also to bring this to the surface, because still this is really stuck in the minds of people that sleeping is doing nothing. And that's not true. It's not true. And we feel guilty. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's that I've been sleeping all day. Yeah. I could have been doing this and that and that and that. Yes. Mm-hmm. But for how long? How long? Tell me, how long you haven't given to yourself a day off? Mm-hmm. Tell me, for how long you haven't switched off your mind?
Yeah.
For how long? Well, that is equal health. And actually, most of the issues that people come with problems to my sessions is because they don't sleep. They don't have enough sleep. Mm-hmm. And because they feel guilty about it. With their minds, they self-sabotage themselves. And they believe and they feel bad because they are doing the most natural and needed thing that the body requires.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is happening as we are talking.
Yeah.
Many places.
So everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere, that. Because I even we even just grew up with like sayings like, "Oh, there's plenty of time for sleep when I'm dead," and stuff like that. So everybody's like, "Well, live each moment as full as you can." And I've even been in that trap. I think everybody's been in that trap of like, you need to be doing. You don't have time for sleep. You need to do this. You need to do that, and you're actually like neglecting your body and your physical body needs, like, because your body, while it sleeps, it's like actually recovering itself, it's healing itself, it's like, it's an amazing organ, like just and I know, like, with all this, the energies and everything that we've been receiving and stuff like that, that's actually made me realize more that when I need to sleep, I need to go to sleep. Like, it's very rare where I'll resist it, and like obviously like there's human things that come into it, like where you can't exactly go back to sleep, but I've been listening to my body so much more, just with like the energies that we work with. Like, my body literally just tells me like, you need to go to sleep, or it'll just like conk me out and I'll just sleep. And I don't feel guilty about that before, because I just fell straight into that category of what you were saying, because I'm a mum to a young child, and I always used to say to myself, that was like a limiting belief that I said to myself, was like, the only time that I have to myself is at nighttime. So when I put my son to bed, I would stay up really, really late doing the things that I wanted to do, whether that was reading or studying or what I wanted to do. And he was always an early riser. So like, I was always getting, I don't know, 4-5 hours sleep maybe. And I've realized that that's not enough now. And I used to do that, I don't know, maybe like for about a week, and then there'd be that one night where I would just fall asleep with him because I was so tired, because I wasn't allowing myself to like sleep. And then I would wake up at, I don't know, 2, 3 in the morning and be really annoyed with myself, being like, oh, I had to do this and I wanted to do that. And oh, why did I go to sleep? And then you would just penalize yourself for it. Whereas now, if I go to sleep with him or if I go to sleep early, then I know and accept that my body needs that. And I'm just like, okay, I must have needed that. Those other things are important to me, but obviously, like, my body's more important. Yeah.
Self-love.
Yeah.
Self-love. That's the part of us that we are also awakening. And if this is being said, it's because it's happening a lot in everyone, even light workers. Even knowing that this happens, they keep falling into these traps, mind traps, just because of the conditioning, just because of the way we've been raised, and the way we've been told of also. In my times, you will be punished. When we wake up, we don't always wake up only one sector or one area of ourselves. As we wake up, one thing affects another thing, and you wake up also another thing. Yeah, it's like a grid also. It's like I'm waking up this, and because I wake up on this, in this subject, I'm waking up many other things at the same time. And this is something that before I wouldn't think about it. I wouldn't think about every time that I was a child or a boy, and my face was like, what? Why I received this punishment? Why I cannot play with my friends? And why everybody agrees? Why all these people who call themselves my father, my mother, my grandmother, and everybody agrees with this when I haven't done anything wrong? And I know I haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
But then when that happens, another time, we end integrating that within us, and we make it part of we get conditioned by that reality. And then we become prisoners of our own mind.
Yeah.
Telling us, same voice, you shouldn't sleep that much. You're sleeping too much.
I do think we've been conditioned on the other way as well, is like, because we're all different, we all have different DNA, we all know what our bodies need, but like for doctors and everything to just say, oh, you have to have 8 hours sleep and that'll make you feel better. That's programming in yourself.
That is already like programming.
8 hours. Oh, if I don't get 8 hours, I'm not going to be.
That's already
to work tomorrow. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be. And well, why can't you say, well, if I actually have 4 hours sleep,
or maybe you need 12.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe I need only 4. Like now I need myself 4, and most of the time I'm okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you say to me, maybe you tell me, yeah, I wish I could do that, because when I'm with my star living and experiencing the whole day, 4 hours is not enough for me. And I will say, I totally understand that, obviously, because you are doing what we spoke in the beginning. You are doing a mothering job, a mothering work, a mothering dedication and time for yourself and for him, because it's a two-way system support and evolution.
It's very true. It's like I even noticed, like, yeah, that's just that limiting belief of like, oh, you have to have 8 hours sleep. That was one of those things that I was brought up with a lot. Like, oh, you have to have 8 hours sleep or you'll be tired in the morning. And then I would always see my brother who wouldn't have 8 hours sleep being so tired and rolling out of bed like 5 minutes before the bus came, and I would be up and ready. And I was just like, yeah, that's just because he's not had his 8 hours sleep because he stayed up too late. And like, that was just what I'd been taught. But then I think your body knows, like you said, like I could, if I'm feeling full of energy, I might only need 4 hours sleep and I might feel good. But then some days I might need more than 8 hours, or I might need 7 hours. Like I don't see why there's such a time scale. And because we're all different DNAs and beings and weights and heights and stuff, like it can't just all be, oh, everybody needs 8 hours sleep.
There is not anything that really we want to live everything, how do you say in English, up to rules. When many things in nature are constantly changing, but the mind wants to always box things and create rules in order to have control of the experiences we have in what we call life. But these things are not applicable. No. They don't apply. You cannot create a rule or a norm about how many hours each person should or shouldn't sleep. Why? Because it's constantly changing.
Yeah. I learned as well, it's like, or just from other people, and I suppose I probably did it myself, but like, say I stayed up until 2 o'clock in the morning and I was looking at my phone and I was like, oh, I'm going to feel so tired in the morning. I'm not going to have enough sleep. I'm going to wake up and I'm just going to be so tired. You're putting that out to the universe. Whereas I could be like, okay, I stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning. I've had a really good time. I've got stuff done. I'm going to have a really good rest. I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to feel fresh as a daisy, full of energy. Then that's what you're going to attract. But like, so many people are like, oh no, I'm not going to have enough sleep, and then they wake up and they feel tired and they feel.
From the first moment, you are already projecting negativity because your day didn't start at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
You are already, oh my God, it's 3 o'clock. Now I have only half a day. What I'm going to do with my life? Everything I wanted to, I cannot do it. So I'm creating a thoughtful negative circle about how I'm designing my day to be crap.
Yeah, basically.
When you can choose something different, you can stop yourself and say, okay, I know things change. I don't know why my body needed 7 extra hours of sleep. But okay, it's 2 o'clock, it's 2 p.m., and I'm going to do the most of my day. That's it. If I feel like staying overnight working, I'm going to do it. I'm going to stay overnight. If I feel that at 12 my work is enough, okay, I'm going to sleep. Or maybe I'm going to take some leisure time. I'm going to have some leisure for myself. And yeah, I mean, you have so many choices to still make your day wonderful, that we have this tendency to make it crap. And we choose that one. We choose that one because this is telling us how powerful the programming is. It's telling us that we've been generation after generation told off if we didn't do something in one way or in another, because we always wanted to control time, because we always wanted to control life. And life is not something you can control. It's not something that today, Melissa and I, we are going to see or say all the truth about life. That will be a big lie, because in every second, life is transforming into something else. So we cannot predict what is happening, or what is happening. We can describe it by feeling it and by observing it, but what is about to happen, we cannot. And we don't like that, because we don't like the unknown. As we don't like the unknown, we try to control future. We try to control the unknown by creating in our present rules, norms, ways of behaving, beliefs. And we just need to let it flow. We just need to let it be. Let yourself be. Let life be. And then is when we are going to understand ourselves. Then is when we are going to understand our beloved ones. Then life is gonna be life, instead of something you try to manipulate and control. And because we don't get to happiness that way. It doesn't seem to work, or it hasn't been working for 38 years, until I found that the way that it works is when you really surrender, when you really trust that life, despite the fact that I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, I trust myself that it's going to happen the best for me. And that's how I go to bed, saying, okay, I'm not sure what is going to happen. Not even in 1 hour I know what is going to happen.
Yeah.
So I have to start admitting that, accepting that, embracing that reality. We avoid that reality constantly, really. By avoiding by running from that reality, we are just living a lie. It's not real. It's real when? What do we like as humans? When we go traveling and when we don't plan things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can plan things and have a great time, for sure. Now, when you go out there and you say, come on, Melissa, let's go to this mountain, let's climb it. Yeah, but what is there, Ismael? I don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but so why are we going to climb the mountain? Just to get in touch with nature? Okay, Ismael, let's try. Okay, when we give ourselves that chance of experiencing without mind control, we enjoy life to the full. Because there is no control. We are allowing, if there is a deer walking by or passing by, we get really enchanted by the beauty that we are experiencing. But if we have something in the mind, Ismael, whenever we reach to the top, we need to make some sandwiches, we need to find the river, and we need to find a place to sleep tonight. And if you are like that, maybe the deer pass in front of your eyes and you don't even feel anything, because you were in your mind trapped into something that is always working, planning, because it wants to control what is next.
Yeah.
And we cannot control what is next.
No.
We're going to be crashing our heads again and again, up until we notice and realize that life is not something you can control. And that's what makes life beautiful, actually. Freedom. Freedom. Everybody loves freedom. Yeah, but everybody's scared of freedom. Everybody, yeah, because if you don't know what is next, means freedom. You have freedom. So why everybody's scared of freedom? For God's sake. Oh my God.
It's true. Everybody wants freedom. But
everybody loves freedom. Everybody's screaming. Everybody's crying. Everybody's suffering. Everybody's, people are even more heartbroken than even more heartbroken than when they break up with someone in a love relationship. Why? Because they don't have that relationship with freedom, and they're heartbroken. They're truly heartbroken, and they are depressed. Yeah, but don't you realize that it's you avoiding freedom?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's true.
We are. We are. And there is no one to blame.
No.
There is nobody to blame. And when you notice that, you say, oh, Jesus Christ.